I want to change the way you look at follow-up for the rest of your real estate career. Too often I see confusion around this one area. I get so many questions from agents, what do I say when I follow up with somebody? Oh, how do I know when to call them? When should I follow back up? Okay, so a couple things. I'm going to really simplify what follow-up is for you so you could never look at it the same way. All follow-up is a continuation from the last call. That's it, nothing more, nothing less. It's a continuation from the last call. Where did you leave off on the last call is where you start off on a new call. So if you were talking to somebody and they said, look, I've got to talk to, it's a rental property, I have to talk to my renter before I do anything, you say, okay, great. Then the next time you call them is, hey Bob, it's Abe with Century 21. Just wanted to check in with you and see if you had a chance to talk with your renter. That's all it is. It's a continuation of the conversation from the last call. Okay, it's like if you're a sports fan, you watch football, you're getting these first downs. It's 10 yards at a time. Once in a while, you're going to get lucky and make one phone call and get a listing or get a deal. But in most cases, it's going to require multiple follow-ups to be able to get something to happen. So it's a continuation from the last call. You just keep moving the ball forward until they get ready to either sell or get ready to buy, depending on what kind of lead you're talking to. Now, another thing you want to do in regards to when do I call them again, it's very simple. If the person says, look, I'm not going to be able to give me a week to talk to my renter, then obviously you call them in a week. Okay? If they say, look, I need a couple of months, then of course you want to dig a little bit deeper and find out why a couple of months, what's going to be happening in a couple of months, what's going to be changing. Okay, and then from there, what I would do is cut the deficit or cut the time period in half and call them in half the time, because most of the times they're padding it to give themselves a little bit more space from you. So I'd cut it in half and then follow up with them at that point. So before you get off the phone with somebody, you want to find out two things, okay? When they're going to be making a decision, anything holding them back from making a decision, okay? And then what needs to happen for them to make the decision. And then before you get off the phone, find out when already in your mind, you should already know when you're going to be calling back and what the conversation is going to be when you do call them back. If for some reason you're still not certain after talking to them when you should call them back, just ask them. I do this very often. I'm like, look, I'll definitely check back with you. When would be a good time to follow back up with you? How much time do you need? I'll flat out ask them and they'll tell you, give me 2 weeks. Okay, so it's that simple. All follow-up is a continuation of the conversation. If you're asking the right questions in that conversation, you'll know exactly when to call them back and what to say when you do follow-up.